Hi there, welcome to our Holy Week reflections from Crofut United Free Church. My name's Ann Deacons and it's lovely to have you with us. Well, Palm Sunday's over. The palms are all being put away. And perhaps we think the excitement's over, the excitement of Palm Sunday. Perhaps some of you were having a reflective time through worship as you looked ahead into the coming week of what would happen in Holy Week. Perhaps others were enjoying the celebration that Palm Sunday brings. But here we are in Holy Week in Monday. And you may think, well, nothing's happening that day. But remember, in Jerusalem, lots was happening. Many people were there for that week for the Passover. So there was still a lot of noise going on, and there was great excitement around the temple. And I can show you in my book here, I mentioned it yesterday, the Holy Land. I got it when I was on my trip to the Holy Land. And here is a model of the temple. That's the temple in the time of Jesus. That's what it would look like. And it was huge. There had lots and lots of things going on in the temple. There was the area for the women. There was the area where you bought and sold the animals and doves and for your sacrifice. Different birds were all there. So there was lots of noise in that area of lambs and birds and pigeons. Lots and lots of things going on in that area. And there was the area where the chief priests and the teachers of the law would teach. And it was to that area the next day that Jesus eventually ended up. And he gathered with a group of people, and the group got bigger, as they all listened to his teachings. Well, the chief priests and the teachers of the law thought, no, we can't let this happen. We can't let this go on. We need to speak to this man about his authority. And so they went to Jesus and said, Jesus, we need to ask you a question. And he listened to them as they asked him this question. They said, by whose authority have you got a right to preach? So Jesus listened, and then he said, let me ask you a question to answer. By whose authority did John have to baptize? Was it by man's authority or by God's authority? Well, the chief priests and the teachers of law began to have a discussion amongst themselves, quite a heated discussion. They got a bit angry because they said, if we say it's by God, then Jesus will say to us, well, why didn't you listen to John? And if we say it's by man, then the people round about Jesus and further afield get to hear about this, and they'll be angry with us, and we could have a revolt against us. And so they turned back to Jesus and they said, well, we don't know. And Jesus says, well, then I won't tell you by whose authority I have the right